What is up, boxing fanatics? Welcome back to the absolute epicenter of combat sports news. If you've been scrolling through your feeds today, you already know that an earth-shattering scandal is currently ripping through the boxing world, and we are right at the heart of it. If you're just joining us for the first time, buckle up, because you are about to witness a story so wild, so filled with betrayal, and so loaded with legal drama that it feels like a Hollywood thriller. We are diving deep into a saga of suspense and jaw-dropping revelations that have left every major analyst and fan in the community completely speechless. This isn't just a headline, it's a total industry-shaking event. The legendary Floyd "Money" Mayweather has finally broken his silence. And trust me, he didn't just speak, he dropped a nuclear bomb. This comes right on the heels of the shocking news that federal agents conducted a high-stakes raid on Gervonta "Tank" Davis's private residence. What the feds uncovered inside those walls has everyone's heart racing and their eyebrows raised to the ceiling. This isn't your run-of-the-mill boxing gossip. This is the GOAT himself, the man who built the money empire, stepping into the light to address a situation that is spiraling out of control. What he said is adding massive fuel to an already blazing fire, and you absolutely need to stay tuned until the very end, because Floyd's words are setting the stage for what is guaranteed to be the most controversial chapter in the history of the sport. But before we get to Floyd's bombshell, let's recap the insanity of the raid that has the feds and the fans buzzing like never before. GervontaDavis, as we all know, is the most explosive, dangerous, and must-watch fighter on the planet today. With a perfect unbeaten record and a list of knockouts that look like they belong in a video game, Tank was on top of the world. But now, the headlines aren't about his power. They're about a serious federal investigation.
What the hell, bro?
You know, be cool.
Alright, so
What's your side of this?
she's trying to take my car. This is my truck. All my keys is placed on the counter in there. She took my car key and she tried.
When the feds busted down the doors of Tank's home, they weren't just looking for paperwork. They were part of a massive, multi-layered investigation, and according to the latest reports, the authorities hit the motherlode. We aren't just talking about a minor infraction here. The authorities reportedly uncovered a significant stash of illegal narcotics and, even more terrifying, a collection of unregistered, high-powered firearms. You heard that right. This wasn't some routine check or a misunderstanding. This was a massive discovery that has the legal system and the boxing world in a state of absolute frenzy. While the news was breaking, everyone was waiting on pins and needles, staring at their screens, waiting for one man to speak, Floyd Mayweather. We all know the history here. It's complicated, messy, and deeply personal. Floyd was the one who discovered Tank. He was the mentor, the father figure, and the man who showed him how to turn talent into hundreds of millions of dollars. But as the saying goes, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And over time, that bond didn't just crack, it shattered. The tension between these two has been brewing for years, like a ticking time bomb. Rumors of jealousy, ego, and backstabbing have been flying around the gyms for months, and eventually, the two parted ways under the most hostile terms imaginable. Floyd made it very clear that he was finished with Tank's perceived, constant disrespect. Floyd's perspective was simple. He was the architect of Tank's career, the man who put him on the pedestal and gave him the money team blueprint, and to see Tank turn his back on that guidance was something Floyd simply could not forgive.
My thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. And, but over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd. Constantly be disrespectful, when all I ever been was respectful to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all I ever did.
So, with Tank now staring down a potential prison sentence and a federal scandal, the world wanted to know, Would Floyd show mercy, or would he kick him while he was down? Well, we finally have those first words, and they are a total bombshell. In classic, unapologetic Mayweather fashion, he made sure his point was loud, clear, and cold as ice. Floyd's initial response was to immediately build a wall between himself and the chaos. He said, "Look, I've got love for all fighters, but at the end of the day, you have to be a man and take 100% responsibility for your own actions." Ouch. That is a freezing cold way to start a conversation about a former friend. Floyd is essentially washing his hands of the situation, telling the world that Tank is on his own. He went on to explain that he spent years trying to steer Tank toward the light, but Tank chose a different, darker path. He said, "I gave him the game. I gave him the blueprint to billionaire success, but you can't force a horse to drink the water." Is this just real talk, or is Floyd secretly enjoying the downfall? It's hard to tell, but one thing is certain. Floyd is making sure the feds know his name is nowhere near those drugs or guns. But then, Floyd went even deeper, talking about the poison of the spotlight. He said, "Fame is a drug, and it's more addictive than anything you can buy on the street. When you're young, rich, and the whole world is screaming your name, it's easy to lose your mind." But just as we thought Floyd was done, the plot twisted again. GervontaDavis finally broke his own silence, and he aimed his cannons directly at Mayweather. Tank claimed the illegal firearms were for safety, but when asked, safety from what? He dropped the most shocking news of the year. Tank revealed that Floyd Mayweather allegedly hired goons and hitmen to jump him while he was out on his morning runs. Can you believe that? Tank says the only time he is unarmed is when he's training, and he claims Floyd took advantage of that vulnerability, spying on him and even sharing his GPS coordinates with his previous opponent, Frank Martin. Tank is convinced that Floyd gave away all his tactical secrets to Frank Martin just to see him lose.
He the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. I seen his people's drive by while I was running. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll picture him.
This takes the rivalry to a level we have never seen before. This isn't just boxing. This is a full-blown war. Floyd Mayweather versus GervontaDavis. The teacher versus the student. The master versus the protege. How did it even get this dark? Let's break down the hidden layers of this feud.
7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. Get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about in those 7 names?
Whoever you name, they could be in it.
If I name some fighters, can you say yes or no?
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yep.
Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
Devin Haney.
Yep.
Isak Cruz.
Yeah, but there's 2 people I already beat already, but yeah.
Errol Spence.
Outside the ring.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah. September. November.
Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Out of all of those guys, who do you think is the most difficult opponent for you?
Floyd Mayweather.
Think about this. Floyd claims he's always been there for Tank, but if the allegations are true that he tried to set him up or even get him arrested, that doesn't sound like help to me. It sounds like sabotage, and it gets even pettier. Sources are now whispering that the real reason Floyd wanted Tank behind bars is because he found out Tank was allegedly sneaking around and dating one of Floyd's high-profile ex-girlfriends. Now, last time I checked the law books, dating someone's ex isn't a federal crime, but in Floyd's world, it's a declaration of war. Floyd is known for being petty, but if this is true, he has taken petty to a whole new galaxy. To make matters even more intense, Floyd has officially traded Tank in for a new model. He has teamed up with Tank's biggest and most dangerous rival in the division, Shakur Stevenson. Lately, Floyd and Shakur have been spotted training side by side in the Mayweather Boxing Club, looking like a new dynamic duo. With Floyd's genius mind and Shakur's elite skills working together, You can bet everything you own that they are cooking up a master plan to completely erase Tank from the boxing hierarchy. But why the sudden, violent turn? If you're curious why Floyd went from being a big brother to a big enemy, here is the real scoop: ego. It's always been about the ego. GervontaDavis recently revealed that he secured a business deal that was actually bigger and more lucrative than some of Floyd's own deals. We all know that Floyd's ego is higher than a skyscraper. There is absolutely no way he's going to let a student outshine him or steal his spotlight as the king of boxing business.
You off that she was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
It's exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Ain't no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see.
In the end, it seems Floyd doesn't even have to lift a finger to destroy Tank's career anymore. Tank did the job for him. Between the federal raid, the drugs, the unregistered guns, and the legal mountain he has to climb, Tank Davis has effectively sabotaged his own legacy. It's a tragic irony. Tank was busy calling out Floyd on social media, while he was the one who was seconds away from being hauled off in handcuffs. Much for talking trash when you're the one headed for a jail cell. That is the absolute latest on this explosive situation. This story is moving fast, and we will be here to cover every single update as it breaks. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Mayweather-Davis war, do us a huge favor and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. We want to hear from you. Who do you believe? Is Floyd a jealous mentor? Or is Tank a loose cannon? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Stay tuned, stay hyped, and we will catch you in the very next video.